Hello, coconuts, and welcome back to our retry of doing this episode of An Empty Dream, our Girl by Moonlight actual play. My name is Archangelic, or Mal. My pronouns are she, her, and tonight I am going to be your director. So let's start off by having our players introduce themselves in the one true alphabetical order.
Hi, I'm definitely a character. My name is Chantel, and my pronouns are they, them. I play Winifred Niff, um, who is whose pronouns are she, her, and in the transcended form, I am. Oh my God, I've totally forgotten everything. What's my character's name? Concordia.
Yep.
Concordia, that sounds right. Uh, Pronouns they, them. And I am playing the harmony. This is gonna go so well.
It's gonna go incredible. I'm so excited. All right, and continuing in the one true alphabetical order, E before D, as we all know. Hello, everyone. I am Elle. I use they, them pronouns, and today I will be playing Cary Milana Vander Lyall, aka Lykos. Uses they, them pronouns in both forms and is using the Outsider playbook.
I love how lyrical Carrie's full name is. Just has such a nice flow to it.
Thank you. The meanings are also very important.
Sounds like good content for the long rest.
Heck yeah.
I'm Dozens, he, they. Tonight I will be playing Janus Quinn, girl scientist and time traveler, occasionally known as Cronos. Janus uses she, her pronouns, and Cronos uses its pronouns.
Hello, friends. I am Soliloquy or Jaden. I'll answer to either. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me most places online as FatSapphicBro. I will be playing the unlikely hero, Calliope Rodrigues, she, her pronouns, and Verdade, they, them pronouns. Welcome back to our space here at Lantern Light Adventures. This is home to all of our TTRPG and related content on Twitch. All of our games are also uploaded to our Lantern Light Adventures YouTube channel. There's a link to our link tree in the chat. You can click on that. It'll take you to all of our various social media pages so you can follow us everywhere we are. If you want to keep up to date on everything we're doing, feel free to also join our Discord, which is linked in the chat. Thanks for joining us today for An Empty Dream, our Girl by Moonlight actual play. We stream this game most Tuesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST. As for where you can find us the rest of the week, on most Sundays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. PST, we stream Era of the Dragons, our D&D 5e actual play set in Mal's homebrew world. Most Mondays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST, we stream It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. This is our Monte Cook Games Cypher System actual play. We collaboratively built the worlds together using I'm Sorry, Did You Say Street Magic, and this world building session will be available as a Patreon exclusive. We also record an audio cast after show for each of our games where we go over any necessary advancement steps and debrief from the game. You can listen to these for free on our Patreon at patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. All of these after shows will always be free, but we appreciate any contributions and support as it helps us continue to bring you awesome queer content. Speaking of Patreon, if you're not a paid patron, please consider signing up. Our lowest tier starts at $1 and unlocks all of our Patreon exclusive content, including the world building session for It Waits for No One, a modern fantasy tale. And know that we appreciate all of your support, even if you're a free patron, because that also helps us continue to do what we do here. So thank you. Just as a reminder, each month we take the last 7 days of the month off so that we can edit and prepare more content for y'all, as well as have a bit of a break to handle our day-to-day responsibilities. And finally, in support of a free Palestine, we will be sharing the GoFundMes for various families. The first family we want to help is the Masood family. Dahlia and her husband Rami and their 4 children are in great need. Dahlia and Rami have worked as pharmacists previously, but have since lost their home in pharmacy. Their goal is currently set at 50,000 euros, and they have raised 38,988 euros as of this afternoon. Any help and support you can offer would be amazing. Their GoFundMe is linked in the chat and in our link tree. Thanks so much, friends.
Thank you so much for those announcements. So let's try this again. So to recap what has happened, I believe in the last episode So we did our downtime. We've done our obligation. So we're going into the mission. You rescued one Captain Alice Ramos, who managed to escape from the storm research facility with a bunch of data. You analyze that data, and you have a few options in front of you. You can take them head on, but Orkai offered that there is a power source and information source that was sent ahead by the rebels, the rebel gods that some of you now share consciousness, share a body with. But you decided to go search for that. Kai informed you that it is in the mountains, the mountainous area outside of Santa Marta, California. And you did a bunch of preparation to come out here. You got Nif managed to get ATVs. You got someone to drive, namely Splendiferous, determining that somehow Splendiferous has a CDL. So, but we find ourselves, for full disclosure, we tried to do this stream last time and just everything was against us. We ended up ending it early, but we did do the engagement roll for this mission. And the results of that were 4, 4, 3, and 6. Namely, Cary, you rolled the 6 and we're very disappointed by it. I just want to remind everyone about that. So when you get to this
Look how
mission,
sad they look.
when we begin the mission, you will be in a controlled position, namely, well, I could have had my book ready, but I don't. So, but yeah, that is where we find ourselves. You are high up you're kind of high in this mountainous scrublands, on the verge of the California deserts, but it's cooler up here. The air is very dry. It's very arid and rocky in this region. But you can see that in the distance there are some snow-covered mountains, but you are kind of above the tree line here as you pull up to not a well-traveled campsite, but a campsite nonetheless that you can get to. Splendiferous, you are all who's driving together? How are you all coming here? Like, because Splendiferous has a truck which can maybe hold a couple people, and Kai is in the back of the truck because Kai is a robot and doesn't need to be seen by the public.
I think Nif would probably be driving the other truck, because Nif owns the truck. Nif's name is on the insurance.
Right.
Janus would definitely be riding with Nif in that case. She could not possibly stomach the idea of road tripping up the mountain with Splendiferous.
I think Cary's gonna ride with Splendiferous.
Oh man.
I think in that case, Nif would have pulled Splendiferous aside and, given him the talk.
Oh gosh.
If you let them drive, no matter I don't care if they beg, I don't care if they threaten you. If you let them drive, I am taking away this truck and I am reporting you for your fake license.
It is a real license.
Oh, okay. So what's the age on there?
That is irrelevant. It is real, technically speaking.
Splendiferous.
I may have fudged a few details to get it, but that is not important.
I know people who could get every piece of humiliating information on you. This is such a small thing. If you let Cary drive, you will be ruined.
Do you not like Cary? Because I like Cary.
I love Cary. That's why we can't let them drive.
But no, Cary is not allowed to drive. Cary does not have a CDL.
Cary, bless their heart, is not meant for driving large vehicles. Not yet. And we need to get to this alive and unharmed. So, good talk.
Splendiferous is honestly more confused after that. It's like I was never Splendiferous is like I was never going to let Cary drive. I was tasked with this job. It is my job.
Cary can be very threatening.
He's just got so much to prove.
Yeah.
This is my job.
Nip is like, I am not in the vehicle with Cary. And Splendiferous, we are setting up ground rules.
So Callie, are you sitting in between Cary and Splendiferous, or are you riding with Nip?
Wow. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Or I guess Janus has to get there too.
Well, yeah, and where
Janus is riding with Nif.
Okay.
Yeah, Janus is with Nif. Where is Kai?
Kai is in the
I think Kai would be in the back of my truck.
Oh, okay.
Just because, Kai is ours. And we are Kai's.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Splendiferous and Cary. That's what I'm gonna do.
Try to contain my excitement. This is the best. I love this combo.
I love that Splendiferous is coming part way with us.
I was trying to imagine what kind of like music playlist he would have prepared for this road trip up the mountain, and realized that he was probably like, I have prepared a selection of audiobooks from which to choose. I have Neil deGrasse Tyson and Carl Sagan.
Absolutely.
All right, does everybody have their walkie-talkies?
Yes, I have my walkie-talkie.
Check out.
Roger, 10-4, over.
Roger?
Roger, similar to affirmative.
Does any name
it means
work,
you
or
understood.
Is it just Roger?
It's just Roger. It's a little bit of shorthand. I think Splendiferous is going to go into like the history of the NATO alphabet, pronounceability and understandability over bad radio waves, and like how that has contributed to this lingo. Like,
Cary is actually very fascinated by it. Cary's locked in.
Yeah, I was thinking I can totally see Cary just like, this is such an interesting, because it's military stuff and yeah.
Holly's just gonna slip an earbud in.
Especially on the reason that 3 is tree in the NATO lingo. So, yeah,
Cary's
definitely
having a great time.
Yeah.
All right, folks, stay safe on the roads. We'll see you there. If anything happens on our side, I will scream in your heads.
Fun.
I know it's your favorite.
It is. I love it.
This little convoy up into the mountains. Yeah, it takes you, I'm gonna say this is probably a 4 to 6 hour drive depending on stops, a good little drive up into the mountains.
Did we all pee first?
I can just pee in the bushes.
Okay, but we're not making a lot of stops.
All right.
I've dropped you a location for a stop halfway. So pee before you go.
Okay.
I imagine like an hour and a half into the trip, Janice is like, "Oh, and Arby's we haven't been to yet. That's our stop."
Let's do that on the way back when we don't die.
Victory
Okay.
meal. Very nice.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, you drive out, you come to a campground, and you picked a location that's relatively within the range that Kai has set out for you. It's hard to pin down because Kai was not made aware of its exact location, but Kai's pretty confident that they can help track it down once you're up there. But as you get up to camp, it is probably going to be close to evening. So you will need to get set up and spend the night here.
Okay. So how's everybody doing? How was the drive? Let's get the supplies out.
Cary spent the entire drive asking Splendiferous science questions.
Oh, yes. And he like on his phone, he goes to the chapter in the audiobook that discusses everything you have. Neil will explain it better. He refers to all of them by their first names.
I'm assuming you weren't working on your phone while you were driving, right?
No, it's mounted. It is completely hands-free. Oh, he would absolutely have like a voice assistant, like meticulously set up with like specific keywords for actions, like an intricate like tower of shortcuts for his voice assistant to do things.
I love that for him.
All right. So, Splendiferous, since you're the only one who really knows where we are, I'd like to test something, please. If you could just, chill out for a second. And Nif will try to speak into Splendiferous's brain. Just like, hey, how's it going? Can you hear me? Is he an ally?
Yeah. It's not the weirdest thing that has happened to him, though. So I don't know, how does he react to this? He says, "Oh, interesting. Is that part of your power set?"
It is part of my power set.
Okay. I had you on I have you on the tier list a little too low then.
Where am I on the tier list?
Oh, you are S tier for sure.
Good.
It's the claws. You can't.
Yes.
Every good hero has claws.
True.
I'm more of a support character. So
yeah, solid support. You need that on a team though. You need somebody who does support, keeps up, carries the tank clearly.
I danced with a 3-story tall octopus recently, like mecha octopus, to distract it from hurting everybody. So that, that helped.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to plug that into the algorithm then.
What's that algorithm?
I know the rest of these folks are super powerful. I'm okay with being the lowest on the list. And that's totally fine. But what I was saying is, I know you're going back and it's many hours away. But, if you hear me screaming in your head that things have gone wrong, if you could just like what's Cary's roommate's name again?
Reese?
Yeah, let Reese, Cary's roommate, know, and let I cannot remember anything today. Oh my god.
It's been
Names
a minute.
Are gone. My husband, no.
What's my husband's
Helios.
name?
Helios.
Why was I trying to say Apollo? I'm like, wait, no, that's not right.
Very kind of space themed. Yeah. Let Reese know and let Helios know. If you hear me screaming, and then maybe tell them where we are.
Okay. Well, I thought I was gonna stay here while you traverse out and keep up, like guard base camp.
That would be amazing. I just, you are a minor, and I didn't want to impose that on you. I've already asked you to drive hours and hours out of your way.
I've
Oh,
learned that child soldiers are unethical.
But if you would like to stay, we have lots of supplies.
yeah. Also, yes, I have a CDL. I don't like driving at night.
No, totally. Also, are you able to do your thing still? Your transcending?
I like he seems like he gets like a little like freaked out. He's like, I haven't tried.
Okay. Well, if there is any danger, maybe a good time to try. I would, you should run away. But like, you know, you have that in your back pocket, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I have that. And he will produce from like his pocket. He seems to keep it just like in his front pocket, the little CPU, this like golden CPU.
I'm just gonna hug him. Just like I cannot begin to tell you how grateful we are for your help.
His arms are by his side. He's like, I'm glad to help.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have asked for consent.
No,
My
I like
apologies.
hugging. I like hugging. I let people hug me. That's fine.
Okay. I'll remember next time.
It's okay.
Okay. We just we're glad you're here. We're glad you're part of the team.
He like glances at Janice. He's like,
We are all glad you're part of the team.
says, I'm glad to help.
I think that
Okay.
you are a fascinating person, Splendiferous. And our conversation was very enlightening.
Just the flashback to like the two of you like talking at the same time to each other while like Callie's in the middle with the earbud in. Like,
Cary took meticulous notes. I would
Yeah.
like it to be said.
yeah, I just imagine Cary and Splendiferous are the type of people they're having two different conversations at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Just about each other's special interests and just like completely in it, but like one person's talking about one thing, the other's talking about another, but they're clearly listening to each other.
Yeah, that's absolutely the vibes.
Amazing. Oh. Okay, does anybody know how to set up a tent?
Kai has already started setting up some of the tents like while you're discussing things. Like
Thank
Kai
you,
is just
Kai.
anytime.
Amazing.
I enjoy assembling things.
Janice is going to run over to help Kai set up the tents, and she's excited. She's like, I learned 3 new kinds of knots in preparation for this trip.
Yes, Nif got this exquisite tent. Everything is just, it's all bungees and tension, and it's very interesting. No knots necessary.
And Janice is crestfallen, just so disappointed.
Well, we're going to have to tie up our food, obviously, or else there are going to be bears. Janice, could you use some of your knots for that?
Oh my God, there's going to be bears?
Yes.
Probably.
I was
It's
going to
the
say,
woods.
I would have whispered to Nif, there's going to be bears out here.
Yes. And
I thought it was fake camping.
I thought it was apparent. The state of California has a bear on the flag.
I thought that these bear bags were just like a joke thing, or like, we're burying our load. Oh God.
It's spelled 2 different ways. Even I know that.
Well, no,
No.
we're burying our load. Like
No,
burying.
Oh.
Yeah, not bearing as in like bearing our naked
No.
bodies.
I just assume that anything is about death. Anyways, there are going to be
the flag
bears.
was a warning.
The flag was a warning.
Okay, well,
If a bear tries to eat you, I'll flick it on the nose.
Can't imagine that's going to help.
It works for sharks.
If it is a black bear, I have Kai will say, if it's a black bear, I have read that you can make yourself seem large and scare it. They tend to be skittish. If it is a brown bear, though, we best leave it alone.
I cannot make myself seem large. I have very bad news for you on that front. I lost like half of my legs when I became a person.
We could sleep in the trucks.
Oh, we should be fine. We just need to make sure that our food is not visible. And honestly, it is late in the year. Bear activity should be fairly low.
This is why we need Janus's knots. God damn
it.
Kelly, I am suddenly more afraid of bears than the end of the world.
Yeah,
Is that
I mean,
weird?
I'm going to take it as a win. I'm going to be so distracted with the bears that I won't have time to think about the potential.
What if we get this close to the end and we get killed by bears?
Callie, I have a pun. I
mean, it would be funny. Pun.
Yes, I've been working on them. Would you say that you will be barely thinking about it?
Yes, I would say that.
What do you think?
Excellent.
What would you rate that? I've been trying to...
Oh, what's a rating scale?
Well...
S tier. It's an S tier pun for this situation.
Fantastic.
Cool.
I shall make
It's
more.
situational, though. There's a lot of times where it wouldn't be as high quality.
All right. I've been studying this. I'm going to be good at human interaction.
Getting better.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're looking out for bears now. And the end of the world. Cool. Cool, guys.
Well, I hope everybody eats this honey and nuts that I
Oh no.
No.
just like huge things of honeycomb.
There's a industrial size container of honey.
Yeah, it's just honey, nuts, berries, some salmon.
This is a very important question. Is it spelled like Winnie the Pooh spells honey?
Of course. No, I think there would be freeze-dried meals and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm. Stuff you get at REI because you 100% run to REI.
Like MREs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or the
And
camping
protein
equivalent.
bars and yeah. There's even some of that bagged water just in case.
Oh,
protein
Cary
bars, just like
definitely
home.
likes protein bars.
So I hear that none of this is delicious, but it is very nutritious and sustaining.
I love protein
Excellent.
bars. They were one of the first foods that I ever ate. I was
I don't
very
mind.
uncomfortable with the idea of food for a while.
Fair.
Do you not eat in the dreaming?
It's complicated. Most things are complicated in the dreaming. It's a different kind of eating.
Okay.
Kai says the energies of the dreaming both feed and can be fed upon in the dreaming. It is a complex hierarchy and does not map very well to your food web.
Exactly. The complexity of the protein bar really enamored me when I first discovered it.
What was it like to be hungry for human food for the first time?
Weird. I thought I was dying at first.
Or thirsty? Did you get thirsty in the dreaming?
I mean,
For water, for drinks?
not for water or drinks. It's the same. Hunger and thirst were kind of rolled into one, and it was just kind of sustenance.
What was it like to drink water for the first time?
Weird. It made me feel very cold on the inside, which is not something I'm used to feeling.
I don't know why I didn't ever ask you these things. Are you okay with me asking you?
Yes,
these
I'm okay
things?
with you asking me. I like it when you ask me questions. It gives me an opportunity to talk about my home. And there's a lot of
What?
bad about my home, but there's a lot of good too.
I get that. I think we all get that here.
I guess you do.
So which monster am I? Do I get to be Mothra? Or is there like a sea creature monster?
Hmm. That's complicated. I feel like Janus is more of a Mothra, but you could be a Mothra.
I mean, something of the earth or something of the water, right? Or, just rampant capitalism.
Yes, well, Godzilla sometimes does represent capitalism, but that's a whole different thing. He represents a lot of things. I think, I mean, there's a big old lobster, a bira. You might be a bira.
I could be a big lobster.
Yes, I think it would suit you well.
Starts like making like lobster claw clicky.
Shout out to canonical giant lobster. He's appeared in 3 movies. His first appearance was in 1966.
Dang. I mean, lobsters do live a long time.
Kind of
I think you
has
would all
both.
kind of feel that Niv has got some like real weird energy. It's like very anxious and like in multiple ways. Like not just, hey, we're camping for the first time, but like, you know, there's more big shit. Everything is getting bigger. Okay. So why don't we do a campfire? I also brought the stuff to make s'mores, and I do have some sausages and like buns if we want stuff that isn't
Give me
MRE
sausage.
meals.
Heck yeah.
Splendiferous, are you a sausage and bun kind of person or like an MRE kind of person?
I would like a plain hot dog, please.
All right. Well, we'll need to get our handy dandy campfire sticks.
Oh, these would make
Everything
great
is so
weapons.
bougie. It's so funny because like it's those people you see that are wearing all of the like Patagonia and like, but everything is brand new. Or the people who have
Yeah.
like the big off-road vehicles and everything is pristine and you can tell it's been never been driven off-road.
Yeah.
That is all of this camping equipment and like
100%. It
Yeah.
looks like you bought out an REI and brought it out here for sure. Like
because I did.
you have like camping equipment that like you have no idea what to do with. Like in fact, like Splendiferous is the one who has gone out and found the like magnesium rod to start the fire and everything and like and started a campfire for y'all. But yeah, you have the campfire is lit. Night takes over. Eventually you will go to sleep. Is there anything y'all want to do before then?
Did you guys have a good movie night last night?
I think we did. It was nice.
What did you watch? Was it Godzilla?
It wasn't Godzilla, actually. It was some silly sci-fi movie. Reanimator or something. I liked it, though. It was good.
Don't worry, we'll have more movie nights.
I hope so.
You should join us next time.
Yeah, maybe next time I won't have just gotten married. Yeah.
Hopefully you'll only do that once. Can you do that more than once?
I mean, I could have a wedding.
Do you
And I
want to have a
will.
wedding?
Yeah, I do. I promised him a wedding.
Mm.
Exactly the kind of wedding he wants. I want to be there to give that to him. But with everything going on, it was nice being with him, but it was also really hard being away from you guys.
Yeah.
Can we see the
Very
stars?
Absolutely. The stars are so much clearer than you can see in Santa Marta. You can still see to the west of you that there is the light of Santa Marta. And you can see you can almost see the bay from where you're from the vantage point up here. And you can see like little lights dotted along it. But the light of Santa Marta shines brightly, but you can see so many stars. Probably, Cary, this is the first time you've seen this many stars since being here.
Are there always this many?
Yeah, usually we just can't see them because of all of our lights.
Why do you make them like that, all the lights?
I have no idea. I would love to know that myself, frankly.
Capitalism, probably.
Oh,
I mean,
again?
well,
I mean,
so when you can only um do work or whatever by the light of the sun, it made it very difficult to do all your farming and cooking and cleaning and whatnot. Difficult, at night. Everybody just had to go to bed when it was dark. And so, in some ways, electric lighting has been a good thing, but then we just kind of everybody wanted to keep working, right?
Did
Stuff has
they?
got to be open all the time. Well, I mean, at first I think it was people were supporting themselves. And then, they were working under the monasteries or the courts or, landlords. But the more time you had in the day, the more you could make of yourself, the more you could provide for your families. And now the world is a big, complicated place that requires a lot of work all the time. And I'm not saying it's better, but it's nice that we can still come out here.
It is.
Nif would grab hold of Cary's hand.
Cary is just very meditatively staring at the stars.
I think Nif would start singing a lullaby with that kind of polyphonic voice, kind of suffusing through the forest and dancing with the light of the fire. And just, inspiring my allies, soothing hearts. I think you'd probably kind of hear a tinge of you definitely feel the self-soothing in there as well. Nif is trying to make herself feel better, but also, here I am with these people I love. I want to, wrap myself around them and keep them safe
I think as you sing, I think the night winds down. You know, you're going to go out first light or as soon as everyone gets up because y'all are not experienced trekkers and campers. Uh, to go search around this area in the rocks and shrubs to look for whatever it is Kai has brought you out here to look for. Who do you think is the first to wake up in the morning?
Cary wakes up very early.
That feels right. I feel like Splendiferous still runs on teenager hours.
Yeah.
Nif is not a morning person.
Yeah.
I think Janus wakes up kind of late because she was up late, just lying in her sleeping bag, staring up at the ceiling of the tent, trying really hard not to, but obsessing over Splendiferous's ranking scales and wondering where she is in the rating.
Oh.
Information which he has not volunteered to you very rudely.
I'd say it's even cruel of him.
But Harry, you wake up and inside your tank you can see that like the light is starting to filter in through the translucent outside of this tent. You unzip the front and you step out, and the sky is pitch black. The stars are brilliant white, like somebody turned up the contrast to the maximum. You see in front of you a cliffside looking out into this inky blackness. There is Janus, Nif, and Cally are standing at the precipice of this cliff in front of you, looking out into the inky blackness. Kai, you look to the right and Kai is facing you, but the screen is not Kai's normal face. It is completely just static. And you can feel the slight hum. You can hear the hum of the static coming from Kai, just standing completely still, almost like staring at you, but there's no face to look at you. What do you do?
Cary goes over to their friends first and kind of runs over, hand outstretched.
You walk, and it's further than you think it is. Every step you take, it feels like you're only getting a little bit closer, just a tiny bit closer. Like they're miles away, but they're right there. You can see them. And a voice, not Kai's voice, but a voice through the static says, "Who will you choose so that you can pretend to be human? Who do you choose to sacrifice?"
What? I am human.
You are not human.
Why are you asking me this? Who are you?
I am an interested party. You seek my knowledge. I have to know who seeks my knowledge. Now, who do you sacrifice so you can pretend to be human?
I
Do you
sacrificed myself.
That's not an option, is it? Or else
I'll
you would have
make it an
left and
option.
you would have left and gone back to the dreaming. Gone back to your duty and your place. Do you sacrifice Nif? Do you sacrifice the one who has access to oppression and control? Do you sacrifice Janus, who you see as a friend, or is it a pet? Or what about Callie, who you feel sorry for?
You really don't know much about me, do you?
I know a lot more than you think.
If you did, you wouldn't get things so wrong.
Then tell me, what do I have wrong here?
Well, first of all, Janus isn't a pet. Janus is my friend. Janus is probably one of my best friends. I don't feel sorry for any of my friends. They all are so strong. I admire them. I admire Callie so much. She goes through so many trials, and she still does her best to be a kind person, a good person. I hold a lot of value in that. Nif is my friend. Nif is a good person, and that's what makes me so angry. That's why I pretend that she's my rival, because if I don't, then that means that she's just a good person and she just likes me, and I don't know how to handle that. I don't know how to handle someone being so kind and seeing how terrible I am and loving me anyways. I won't sacrifice any of them. And if that means that I don't get to be a human anymore, then it's not fine. But it's something that I can live with. You can't make me choose. You have no power over me.
The screen continues to crackle. The sound of the static gets louder. And you hold so much anger for Nif. She is everything, she represents everything wrong with this world to you. You see it. Do you pretend to be angry? Because you are also something wrong with this world. What were you sent here to do, Lykos?
I was sent here to make this place my world. To take it. To destroy it if I had to. I am everything that Nif thinks she is. I am every sin she believes that she committed. I'm part of what's broken here.
Give me a confess roll.
All right. What is your confess? Oh, I have one whole die in it, everybody. Let's see how this goes. Why are my dice so disorganized? Who did that?
We can't even help because we're not even there.
No, you guys are dead.
Rude.
I've been so
Why are
curious
we-
this whole time whether Cary can actually dream or not. If this
Okay.
is a dream or this is a vision of some sort.
That is a 5.
5. Okay. Y'all start this mission in a controlled position. So a 5. Okay. Mhm. So you admit it then. You are the monster in which you pretend to fight. And I want to give you a level 1 harm. I'm not sure on the tag. How would you would like to tag that level 1 harm?
Truth hurts.
Yeah, I like it. And the ground around Nif breaks, and this image of Nif falls away into the inky darkness.
I didn't choose her. Put her back.
You're not done answering my questions. We pull away from Cary. Who wakes up next this morning?
Fucking none of us now.
These episodes have not been going well for Cary.
I mean,
Janice can get up next.
Okay.
I think she slept kind of fitfully, as alluded to before.
Janus, I have a question for Janus in particular. What does Janus think the power source that Kai has described does? What does Janus think the usefulness of it is?
She thinks that it is powerful technology, that it is data, and that it is a way to use that data and information to open or seal portals. That's what she thinks.
Okay. Then Janice, you wake up, and I think at some point I think it might have been the last time we tried this, said that like Nif had bought like this multi-room tent. So yeah, you see that Cary isn't in the tent as you wake up, but you get up, whenever you're ready to, you step outside, and you don't step outside. There is so many screens in front of you. There's control panels, alarms are going off. You see that some of the alarms have already been silenced. There's still more going on. There are alerts all over the screen, and there is one panel in front of you, and you see that it is tracking enemy positions. It is a battlefield, and you are in control. One of the monitors there you see is not a monitor at all. It is Kai standing there, static, pressure. You can hear the high-pitched hum of the CRT coming off of Kai. It says, "This position is surrounded. Your friends are out there fighting. You have an immense capability of destruction here. They will go down fighting, and everything you've worked for will be lost. Who do you choose to destroy?"
Janice like hardly blinks. The enemy. And she runs forward to the panel to see the battlefield. She's like, which one is us? Like, which one's the enemy? I destroyed the enemy.
You look at this panel. I would like you to you want to see who the enemy is. I think this is going to be an analyze. It's not just perceive. You're not just looking at a screen.
A 1.
A 1? Okay. There is nothing clearly marking who is out on the battlefield. It's a top-down view. You see that there are just points on a map. More alarms are incoming. You see that there are just dots popping up everywhere. You see the border of whatever fortress or something you're in, some position you've taken up here. And it says, you cannot just destroy the enemy. You never can. When you choose to kill, you will choose to harm someone else too. There is always collateral. So who do you choose to be the target of your indiscriminate power?
Janus has the answer on the tip of her tongue, and she says, she thinks to say, those who would harm. And then Kai's voice echoes back at her, and she realizes that she is the one who's doing harm. She's about to say, those who would destroy, and the words echo back again. And she falters and hesitates and stumbles over her words.
You keep stumbling over the words. But the thing is that every time you say an answer, even in your head, you see the explosion go off. Time resets. The alarms begin again.
And Janus turns to the panel and sees, the borders that are being defended. And she realizes that the answer is, and she says it out loud, she goes, those who stand against us.
You say that. Those who stand against you. And the loop happens again. You fire off whatever energy source, whatever explosion you have access to here. The explosion goes off. The loop begins again. And this time you get a closer view. And it is Cary leading side by side with Corvus, fighting to get into this fortress. Decide again.
Those who, and her finger hovers over a button, stand between me and what I want.
The loop doesn't happen this time. But Kai comes very close to you and says, and that pressure of the static just fills your ears, and he says, what is it that you want?
And Janus thinks about where she came from and how far she's traveled to be here. And she says, I want things to go right this time.
What does that look like? What does right look like?
It looks like my friends getting what they deserve. For Callie to realize she's every bit as much of a brave leader as Verdade. For Nif to be her full self and her whole self. And for Cary to stand with me the same way that I stood with Lykos.
The static, sound, and hum fills the space, and we cut away. Who wakes up next?
No one has ever woken up in their life, actually.
I did say that, yeah, that Nif is not a morning person, so I
Mhm.
don't anticipate it being Nif. But if Jaden needs to go last, that's okay too.
No, that's fine. I can go.
Callie, you don't wake up in the tent. You wake up in your bed at home. You smell bacon being cooked.
Never, not ever in my life.
Your room's a little different, though. It's not, it doesn't feel strange to you, but there are details that are just slightly off, slightly the way you always wanted them to be. You hear the sound of a TV in the corner. But you look over, your TV is off.
Kind of look around. Nothing that would be making noise.
Not that you can see.
Cool. Guess I'll go downstairs.
Yeah, you go downstairs. Your mom is there. She's cooking bacon. There's already biscuits on a plate. Toast, Wonder Bread toast. There's butter already warmed and softened on a dish. And she says, I was wondering when you were gonna get up. Um do you want your bacon extra crispy?
Why is there so much real food here?
What do you mean real food?
Why are there so many carbs?
Oh, you're not on one of those diets, are you? I know all the kids are like doing fad stuff.
Me on one of... Are you not on a diet right now, like normal?
Like normal? What are you talking about?
The juice and the smoothies and the red meat because you got anemic. Mom, are you feeling okay?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Are you okay? Do you have a fever? And she'll like come and put her hand on your head.
Stop. Jeez. I'm fine. I'm just gonna sit down at the table. Very confused.
You sit down at the table. Do you begin to eat the food offered to you? I'm not asking as a trap. I just want to know.
Not right away, no.
Okay.
It's too weird.
Your mom sits down and she begins eating. She says, like, I
That's
left the
weird.
egg. She hands you some eggs. They are just over easy, like a little bit of runny.
Oh, what's your plan today, Mom?
Well, I have to go to work soon, but yeah, I was just gonna come home. There's like I know there's a whole art walk happening this evening. If you wanted to go, I was gonna ask you. I know your friend Cameron's gonna be there.
Maybe I have to. I, I think I'm supposed to have plans with some friends.
Oh,
I'll let you know.
oh, were
if
you?
that falls through.
I don't want to like impose. If you're already planning to meet Cameron for it, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll just go do my own thing.
Yeah, okay.
And
I'm
she'll
gonna
say,
try a biscuit.
it's delicious. But you eat the biscuit and you hear that static sound.
What's going on?
But you go about your day like normal. What else is there to do? You go to class. You have tests. You check your phone. It seems normal, but there's no group chat. There's no anything. You just have a few, maybe a few friends you used to have, people you're not so close to. And but there's Cameron. Cameron, you have a thread going with Cameron.
There's no group chat.
There's no group chat.
Did I accidentally delete it in my sleep? It wouldn't be the first time. I'm gonna open a new message and start typing in names to redo the group chat.
You try Cary, nothing. You try Nif, no contact. You try Janus, there's no one there in your phone. But the day moves on. You continue through your day. You see that you do have plans with Cameron. They want to meet you and go through the art walk together with you. Maybe get some food and drinks through your time there. So you go. It's in downtown. It's beautiful. There are string lights hung from the buildings and places. There are people milling about. It is genuinely a pleasant time. Cameron sees you when you arrive and says, hey, and like is very friendly with you. They come up to you, they hold your hand.
I'm gonna pull my hand back. I am not feeling well. I'm sorry. I don't feel well. I don't know if I don't want to get you sick. I'm gonna go back home. I'll text you later. I just don't feel well. Sorry. And I'm gonna leave.
You pull your hand away and you say this, and this, as you say it, that static gets slowly louder and louder. And you see over Cameron's shoulder is Kai, the screen blank, the static oppressive. And you see the glint of eyes 4 stories up against one of the buildings, and some sort of strange creature, large claws, pulls at one of the buildings. People begin to scream. People begin to run as a creature begins to tear into the city, start destroying things.
Well, at least some things are normal.
And you hear a voice through the static, through Kai, but not Kai's voice, say, if you have everything you wanted, what would you choose to do?
Is this what you think is everything I wanted?
Is it not?
Where are my friends?
Why do you need them? You can have everything. You don't need them to create this.
Where are my friends?
Not here.
Where's here?
What you see. This is where you have everything you wanted.
This isn't even kind of everything I wanted. Take me back.
I would like you to roll Defy.
I've got 1 in that.
You got this.
So it's just the 1 die?
It is
Or is
just
it
the
2
one
and
die.
you take the... Okay. I always forget which is which.
That's when it's 0.
Actually, no, I don't want this die. God damn it, that's a 1.
You can choose to resist it.
What does that mean?
So, when you
What does that entail, rather?
resisting, so you roll sun, moon, stars depending, and you take on stress equal to 6 minus the roll, but you get to resist any consequences. It basically becomes a success. So also you can spend links to gain bonus die.
I
That is
don't have
something.
links right now.
Okay.
Point of order, did I take stress from rolling a 1 on that roll earlier? Or is that only...
Hmm.
You accepted the consequence. You didn't say you resisted.
I didn't.
so,
Okay.
Yeah. That moved you into a risky position. So
So I would take a stress and then do what? If I
No.
wanted to resist.
if you wanted to resist, we would roll and see how much stress you take.
Oh, okay. Let's just do it.
Okay. I believe, confess for you, that's going to be a moon roll to resist.
So how many dice do I roll?
So on moon, on that first column, it's how many dots in that first column.
I have 1 in confess, 1 in forgive.
So that's 2.
Okay.
I believe in you so hard right now. I cannot stress how hard I believe in you.
Double 6s?
Never mind.
Let me open my book real quick. Let me just make sure.
I don't think that's happened yet.
We have not had many critical successes in this story. So
Oh wait, good double 6s, not bad double 6s.
Mhm.
Holy
th-
boxcars.
this is really
Yay!
good. So
I was worried. I was worried that it was bad double 6s.
yeah.
It depends on Cary's inverse rule of rolling dice.
True, true.
All right. So
This is one time when I don't want you to roll bad.
Right.
Because I love
resisting
you.
consequences.
Yeah, I think of everybody. We all just want Callie to be okay.
We really do.
If a
Callie
critical
is
so
our heart.
absolutely. If a critical is rolled, you also clear 1 success.
Okay.
So I mean, it was sorry,
Wait,
1 stress.
I was
not
like, I don't know what
success.
that means.
Okay.
Yeah. No
Sorry.
success
It's
for
okay.
you.
No success for me.
So you get to clear a stress.
Oh, nice. Fantastic.
The corner, you say this. What was it you said? You want your friends, right? Like,
Yeah. Take me back to my friends.
take you back to your friends. That echoes. It begins to reverberate the buildings. Like everything stands still as it echoes. You take no consequence from this. Your force of presence, you feel that, like, you can almost feel Verdade not speaking for you, but speaking with you. You said it, Verdade repeated it inside you because you felt it so strongly that you want your friends. That's what matters to you. A small crack on the screen of Kai. That crack begins to be reflected in various places in the world being built. The static grows incredibly loud and comes to a stop. And that's where we'll cut away from Callie. Oh. So that leaves one person to wake
Nif
up.
nightmare time.
But given the time, I believe we are at about our break time. So I'm gonna say let's go ahead and take our break, and then we'll come back to Nif waking up. So we'll be back in we'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes. We hope to see you there, coconuts.
Woo!
Welcome back, coconuts. So now that I've put 3 of our coconuts into horrifying visions, let's go to our 4th one. So, Nif, you wake up. It's sunny out. You can hear the birds inside the tent from outside the tent. Your friends have probably already gotten up and went outside.
I think based on the tent, they probably didn't get eaten by bears. Whew. All right. Let's go.
You step outside and you step into the offices where your parents work. You see in front of you that there is a corner suite office with your full name on the front. And it says Junior Vice President.
I feel like I'm in the wrong place. Nif is gonna turn around and go and look for the elevator.
There is an assistant. She looks like she's 12 years old, just right out of college. She is mousy, has like little glass, like just like big round glasses. She is very conservatively dressed, kind of long skirt. Her hair is falling into her face a little bit though, because the bob was a little too short on whatever haircut she got recently. And she says she has a big stack of paperwork, and she says, "I got all the things you asked me for, and I got the coffee." And she looks around, and she does not have the coffee. She says, "I don't know remember where I set it down, but I have all the paperwork."
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Don't worry about the coffee. I'm actually going to go out and get some coffee myself. Would you like some?
No, you need to sign this now. If you don't get it signed now, it's all of this is going to be delayed, and you have a meeting in like 15.
You know, I'm sure that I can sign it after the meeting. Actually, you know what? Can you push back my meeting, my 15-minute meeting? I'll come back from coffee. I just really need to step out for a second.
No, we cannot. You have a meeting with the CEO. He flew in from New York. I'm sorry. No, I can try. I can ask his assistant.
No. You know what? But we're gonna have to save the paperwork until after the meeting. I really do need to step out for just a minute. Why don't I take it with me? I will take it with me.
Okay.
You can come with me. Let's go get coffee. Let's go get coffee. You can go over the paperwork, what I need to sign. If you just want to come with me, I just need to step out, get some fresh air for a minute. I just really need some fresh air for a second.
Okay.
I know. I know it's weird. I'm sorry. I know how good a job you're doing. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I have here's, she pulls out she clicks a pen, and she's signing here, and like you begin walking. You go to the elevator doors open, You step inside. You're in your office. Behind you is your assistant with a stack of papers. You can see outside. It is a beautiful sunny day in Santa Marta. You are clearly on like the 20th floor of this building. Here, I have all this paperwork for you, and I have and as you are looking here, you hear a static sound, like a TV's turned to a dead channel, like just
Oh, okay. Well, so I really need to go out and get a coffee. So why don't we'll walk and talk. We'll walk and talk, right?
okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be
can
back before my meeting. We'll be back before my next meeting. Let's
okay.
walk and talk. I know I really appreciate all you're doing here, and I know how important it is. I just really need to get out of the building for a minute.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, we do the see he flew in from
I know, yep. I know it's very important, but you know what's even more important? Mental health. So we're going to have a quick walk and talk. We're going to do this together. We're going to go get a coffee because I need to get out and get some fresh air for a minute.
yeah, mental health. It's why I knit at my desk sometimes. But yeah, I get it. But really,
I know it's important, but there are things that are more important than the CEO.
I I would like you to roll flow.
Okay. I have 1 dot in flow.
Mm-hmm.
So
You got this.
I got a 6.
A
Woo!
6.
Touch and weave, baby.
You hear that static push on you, and you feel the draw to like go outside. You are looking around, trying to make sense of the surroundings. You hear that static sound. You see a TV across the way. Like, why would there be an old school CRT TV in the background? But you see that it's Kai way across the office from you. But there's no face there. It's just static, perfectly still. You look out the windows. You see that there's some dark shadow or something below, and you see it come into the sunlight from the shadows of one of the skyscrapers. And you see it is some sort of creature or monster starting to tear at the buildings. And
I think Nif is gonna reach out with her mind to her friends and just like, something is so wrong here. I don't know what's going on. Are you guys okay? I know you can't reach me, but I want you to know I'm here. I know that something is wrong. We'll figure this out.
you don't know if they heard you, but you see something is destroying the city outside. There is an assistant there insisting on your attention. There's a meeting you have to go to. There's a stack of paperwork you must complete. And you hear through the static that is now so close and so much, putting so much pressure on your mind. It says, you can't be in 2 places at once. You cannot be 2 conflicting things.
Who says that 2 things have to be conflicting? Why can't I be 2 things at once?
You cannot be in 2 places at once.
Then I choose not here. I'm going to be out there with that thing. trying to make the world a better place.
But you're powerless without this.
Without
who
the
is
wealth,
Nif? Who is Nif without your loving, doting, wealthy parents? What do you have to offer your friends? What do you have to offer the world that isn't being handed to you on a silver spoon?
This silver spoon doesn't care about anything out there. And I care. And I am fighting to do better and to make it better. And that's what I have to offer.
As you're saying this, it's like you start hearing yourself next to you. And you say, the version next to you says, all right, let's get this meeting out of the way. I got these papers signed. Coffee can wait. We got things to do. And you see yourself and you see the misery and the power you're wielding. You get to choose one. You can dance in unison, but you are not the same if you are in two different places.
Then I choose out there. Because I know that my friends are out there fighting.
And what will happen? What will happen to this?
Who fucking cares? Okay. I have had a lot of privilege handed to me. And I'm working on trying to subvert that, to do some good. But if the choice is to give it all up for the greater good, if the greater good demands that I give all of it up, then I'm still leaving this building. Because that's where the good is going to happen.
You feel your own hand in your hand. And there are two parts to NIF. There is the part that has access to immense power. There is the version that cares so deeply for those below, and those are at odds so often.
Can I hug her? The other version? I'm just going to pull her in and just like gently sing the lullaby from last night in her ear. I'm just going to like, I know this is not what we want. And I know it hurts to look at this and know this is who we are. But hey, we can do better. Just, and like sing softly and like stroke her own hair, like her other self's hair. Just like, hey, we're in this together.
You pull her in, you sing, she sings a complimenting note. You sing the root, she's singing the third. Sometimes you switch. As you harmonize with each other, the windows begin to crack. The world begins to shatter. Small crack on the corner of Kai's screen. The static grows loud and then goes silent. And we cut back to Cary. Nif has dropped away. You are still here to fight a war. You just picked a different side. People are going to die because you chose to still fight.
People would die if I didn't fight. They die either way. That's the thing about people. Everybody dies.
You could have done what you were told. It could have been swift. It could have been merciful.
And everyone would have died. How terrible would that have been? To have no future, to have nothing. Just some empty dream.
Roll Express.
Roll credits.
Is that the second time this week that this has happened?
It was a couple weeks, but yeah, yeah, it's now 2 shows where we have a title.
Listen, it felt right in the moment.
It's when it's right, it's right.
We two.
Huh?
2.
You can choose to resist it.
Yeah, I'll resist it.
Okay. You can also gain bonus dice if you have links. They don't have to be in the scene with you to use those
I
links.
do have a link. I have my link I have 2 links with Janus. Can I spend one of those?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Jan, I'm spending one of your links.
Yeah, as Kai steps towards the image of Janus that is now standing on the precipice, looking with her hand is kind of raised, the cracks begin to form.
5.
5?
5.
Okay.
Cary kind of lifts their head. I will feel guilty for all the lives that I did not save, but I will not feel guilty for the lives that I did not take. I will not feel guilt for the people who are alive because I made a different choice. And if I had to go back and do it again, I would do everything the same except for one factor. I would join them immediately. I would follow them where they led. And it would be the easiest fucking choice I have ever made.
You say this. Go ahead and take 1 stress.
Of course.
Oh, wait. You used You used a bonus die. You didn't do a resistance. I was caught between things. You do not have to take a stress.
Awesome.
5. These words echo out. You find that you are yelling over the static that has slowly built up, that hiss that's constant.
Bring me back to my friends.
The cracks along the ground. Do not break away to see your friends drop, the friends who are not facing you. They extend towards Kai instead. Another crack forming on the screen.
Kai, are you okay?
The static gets so loud. The stars brighten up. The sky turns white. Everything goes silent. When you woke up this morning, you all got your things together and began your search. You searched for many hours, Kai saying, basically playing a game of hot or cold. Kai could tell when you were getting close and when you were getting further away. That's all that Kai could do. You had conversations, dealt with scrapes and things from being inexperienced, but being out in the brush and rocks. It was hot at points. You were thirsty, but you found a cave. And Kai said, that's where it's coming from. You took charge, mainly Cary saying, being brave and maybe foolish, taking the lead. But you found in this cave, it is dripping in here. There are stalactites, stalagmites dripping down this limestone in here as you went down deeper into this cave, and you saw the glistening core, this what seems to be what was once a perfectly cut crystal that has since branched out this crystalline form, but is also encased in the limestone. It must have been here so long. You succeeded in your mission. You found the core. Its energy weighs so heavily that when you tried to reach for it, you couldn't. It repelled you in some way. You all considered your options, but Kai did not feel this pressure. But she did not tell you she did not feel this pressure. She went, dislodged it from the limestone. Energy, lightning crackled from the stalactites. The entire cave, which was only illuminated by the extremely expensive and fancy LED lamps that Nif brought, but now is like daylight as the lightning crackles into this core from all the walls and edges. The energy coalesces into Kai and then breaks out into you four. You remember all of it clearly now as you come to Kai still holding this crystal. The energy is not flowing into you anymore. As everything went black for you, you heard Nif's voice call out that everything was going to be okay. The mission is not over. Whatever was testing you you've either fought off or answered it. But Kai is not safe. Kai has the glistening core. There is still energy in here. Kai turns to you. The screen is static. She holds the core in her hand. And as if made from light, her left hand forms into a blade. And she holds it in a defensive posture. She will not let you touch it. What do you do?
Kai, buddy, it's us. It's your pals.
We're not going to hurt you, and we're not going to take anything you won't freely give. It's okay.
You can see the cracks that formed in your vision are forming on Kai's screen.
Damn, it doesn't.
I think we gotta hold on, you broke out.
You know.
Okay, I'm good. This is
We'll take our giggle break for glistening core, honestly.
For the sake of our podcast audience, Dozens shared in the Twitch chat, glistening core is a real risky image search, by the way. Thanks for that.
Not as bad as you might suspect, but
still risky.
I'm
also
kind of
bad.
curious.
Oh, I'm not going to do that while I'm here on camera.
I am.
Zoom
All
in
right.
on Elle's glasses to see the reflections.
Zoom, enhance.
The voice you heard, the voice that is not Kai's, says,
Dear God.
I have one directive: to protect the core from falling into the wrong hands. I will do that for as long as I can.
What
Are we the
do we
wrong
need to do
hands?
to prove to you that we're not the wrong hands? How would we meet the criteria of the right hands?
You all have the capacity for so much destruction and the capacity to turn away from making the hard decisions. What do you intend to do with the power I contain?
We'd like to close the portal.
It's
between-
not about what we're going to do with it. It's about not letting it fall into Storm's hands. Protecting it, protecting you, protecting the whole world. Both worlds. You are capable, but you don't have to do it alone, Kai. That is a very hard lesson. And it took me a very long time to learn.
Kai steps forward and slashes at you, Cary, clearly not trying to inflict harm, but trying to make you stagger back.
Cary
Nif
doesn't
would
flinch.
Try to jump in the way.
Dude, get out of here, Nif. I'm getting stabbed.
No, you're not. I'm
Cary,
getting stabbed.
Cary, go ahead and make a defy roll, and we'll see how this goes. Because it sounds like Nif will step in to protect you based on the
Does everyone
consequences.
want to
of this.
get stabbed?
Stop! No, don't get stabbed for me. I get stabbed for you. That's my job. Your job is to sing. And to be nice.
Thanks.
Alright. I have 2 dice. Because I'm not transcended right now, I don't think.
No, I don't think y'all are right now. You can. Nothing's stopping you.
That's a 6.
Oh, a 6? Oh,
Yeah. Cary's
don't
good
even-
at defy. Cary's whole thing is defiance.
Nif, you think you're going to have to step in, but Cary doesn't flinch at all. And Kai, question mark, doesn't go all the way to make a lethal lunge.
Then I'll take
It-
Cary's hand instead.
Okay.
And be there with Cary.
Go ahead and give me express.
Oh, I have nothing in Express. That's super fun.
But do you get an extra die because we're doing it together as buddies?
I can only it's my transcendent ability is leading a group action or receiving an assist. So
Do you have links with Cary or?
no, but
No?
I don't
I'm gonna
think so.
spend a link with my other link with myself.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
I
Yeah.
have a daughter to express. I wish I could help you.
And also, anybody who has a link with me can use it for anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 3.
A 3.
We could say that I
Okay.
was singing and then I'd get an extra
Oh.
dice, but I
Well,
wasn't
no.
singing.
But that is you can be. There's nothing stop. This isn't
Well, then-
D&D. If you
Okay,
if
then
you want to set
I think I think that in stressful situations at this point, Nif just automatically starts gently singing. I think yeah. So okay, I'll roll another die and hopefully.
I believe in you.
But isn't it more interesting if I roll low?
I mean, yeah, but that's only
The other one was
interesting
a
for
2,
me.
so it's a 3.
okay.
Not interesting if you roll
The
bad.
singing becomes discordant with the crackle of the energy, and the static is still somewhat present. And you realize that it is just whatever energy is resonating in here. And I'm going to give you said you got a 3?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to reach your hand for Cary, and the lightning just, it seems to, whatever singing you're doing coalesces with the resonance here and becomes discordant, but it almost forms like a wave between you. It blasts you back. I'm going to I'm going to say that this is level 2 harm.
Wow.
What if it wasn't, though?
You can resist.
What if it was like level 0 harm and it was like, you're doing so good?
Or
Great
someone
job,
can,
Nif.
if someone has a link with Nif or a link with Callie, because Callie's ability, you can shrug off or reduce the harm.
Let me see if I've got anything since you're my rival.
Can I take 2 stress and give myself an extra dice there to see if I roll any better?
Absolutely. Yeah.
See, just in case. Let's see. It was a 4.
Okay.
Can I assist a teammate?
Yeah. Take 1 stress to give another die. Absolutely.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to grant 2 dice and take 2 stress. Because that's my ability. Anything you do, I do better. And Nif is my rival.
Oh.
So as this happens, Cary kind of grasps firmer onto Nif's hand.
You
and
guys,
goes,
we need to stop helping me because they were both 3s. So the highest I've got is a 4. I have rolled a 2, 3 3s, and a 4.
That's just like a statistical anomaly.
It's the power of the story.
I guess so.
Or the Wheaton curse is upon you.
Don't fuck me, Gil.
Yeah. So
Still level 2 harm?
Yeah, level 2 harm. I'm going to say you are hit with, I'm going to call this level 2 harm loneliness.
Oh, that's so sad.
It really is.
I even spent my link on myself.
You feel that feeling of that you felt while in whatever simulation you were in, of not being able to do the things that you want to do to help your friends, of being stuck as you are pushed back in a way, like the air itself became a barrier.
I think you'd hear like just the wind get knocked out of Sniff's chest.
Janus, Callie, what are you doing in this moment?
Go ahead, Kelly.
That's a really great question. What are we doing at this moment?
What? I would love to know the answer to it.
Yeah. You've come to, and this is all happening now. You remember that part of the mission that I explained. You remember doing all those things. The time is very confusing, but this, whatever Kai is doing, it's off, it's wrong. You're muted.
My bad. Sorry about that. I have heartfelt, which says when gathering information about someone's emotions, roll +1d, and you can always ask a player what is your character feeling for free. I know that Kai is an NPC. Can I still gather information about what exactly they're feeling? And if so, what do I need to roll?
Empathize, I think.
Right.
Or no, there's a good case for everything, but I think empathize is the best fit.
All right, so I've got the 1 in empathize, so it's 1 die, and then the 1 for heartfelt, correct?
Correct.
All right. That's a 3 and a 6.
Woo!
Okay. You, Callie, you look at this differently. The sword is threatening, but you see the way that Kai is holding the core in their right hand. They're protecting it. They're not fighting you. It's like, for a moment, you see almost like an animal with its young. You are trying to take something from here, and it's just trying to protect it. And you see, for all of this posturing with questioning you, poking at your insecurities, you see it all for what it is. It's growling. It is baring its teeth. It is showing you what it's capable of, not physically, but emotionally, to protect itself.
Kai, is there something specific you think that we should do with this?
It turns to you and says, I am not Kai, but I will still answer your question. I do not have one purpose. I am potential, bottled and packaged and sent to a strange land full of enemies. If you take me and you fail, my mission will also fail.
So can you accomplish the task on your own without us?
No,
So then something has to give, no? We might not be perfect for the job, but we're the ones here.
I steps out of this stance that they are in. They had taken this stance to be in defense of themselves, and they stand straight. The sword drops away. But what if you fail?
What if we don't?
I'd like Janus to walk up and grab Callie's hand and then step forward and grab Cary's other hand. So all 4 of us are now linked together.
I don't think Nif got to hold Cary's hand. I think Nif got repelled
Nif
pretty
got
violently.
yeeted.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. But I think you can't, like, I think Nif is gathering herself.
yeah.
At least. Yeah.
What if
yeah,
we
and
sat with you until we weren't enemies?
And not Kai. I don't know what. She looks around to the other 3. I don't know what happened to my friends during that blast, but I know that if you pressed on them the way that you pressed on me, you probably saw some of the worst of us. But what you didn't see is the 4 of us together. And how we bring out the best in each other and how we hold each other accountable. Any one of us, you're right, would probably fail spectacularly. But the four of us together, with all of us having each other's back and lifting each other up, there's no way we can lose as long as we're together.
I would like you to roll Express for me. Y'all can juice it however you want to, however you have mechanics to juice it if you want.
I can give you an extra die. I can take a stress, no problem.
I will also take a stress and give an extra die.
With the assist, only one person can do it at a time.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's the only downside. Links are much more flexible.
I have a link with Janus.
Excellent.
Jan.
Okay.
So I'm gonna spend that last link to give an extra die.
So that's 2 extra die on top.
Excellent.
I keep forgetting that I wore my camping hat, and I'm like, what's on my hat?
You get surprised every time.
I do.
Let's see. I'm going to push myself and add another die.
Heck yeah.
So that's another 2 stress.
That gives me a 5.
A 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Janus twitches a little bit because she's 1 stress away from eclipse.
Cary squeezes her hand.
Janus squeezes back.
I am going to say that the consequence for this, narratively, this is the consequence for everything that's happened right now. I think you gain level 1 harm, and I'm going to call it frightened.
Okay.
Because you're right, you know what you went through, and that you were pushed about the worst side of you, about what is on the other side of the moon, that is Janus. And you know that all your friends probably got the same thing. And I think there's a piece in Janus's mind that wonders what that was for each of them. But you managed to take their hands and the screen takes this kind of generic face. It's very polygonal, a very crude digital imitation of a person on Kai's screen. And it says, "You are correct. That is what I needed to know. You are always going to be better when you are together, when you make choices based on each other's strengths and weaknesses, not on your own. I am simulacrum. I am what you would understand to be a firewall. When I was sent here, I was given a directive to protect from those who would act only in their own self-interest. Because we did not know when you would arrive, or if you would have been corrupted by the influence of the Lords of the Dreaming. or even by the world itself. I am sorry for what I put you through, but it was necessary to understand you.
Just don't take my friends to horrible murder cliffs in real life, please.
I would never. And Simulacrum, who is currently inhabiting Kai, takes this crystal and will hand it to you as a group.
Get it, guys.
Thank you, Simulacrum, and nice to meet you. I think you know all of us by now.
I do.
I was wondering if you, now that everything's cool, if you could like turn down the juice a little bit. It looks like you're hurting our friend Kai.
Yes. Once Kai is physically removed from this, I will cease to be in Kai.
Did you choose your name or was it given to you?
I am a construct. It was given.
Well,
Could you choose your own name?
That maybe if I had more of my own form, that is not within my parameters.
I'll try to find you your own form.
Can we find a way to keep you?
Kai
We're
should
all
be able
about
to.
team here.
Kai is the tool that will assist you on that endeavor.
Kai is our friend.
Kai isn't a tool.
No, you're the tool, Myth.
Yes, I know.
Simulacrum briefly reconsiders.
I think that Cary learned what the phrase tool meant like 2 weeks ago and is now incredibly obsessed with it.
Yes.
And Nif is over here with her loneliness. Like, yep,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm a tool. I'm awful.
But Simulacrum is trying to hand you the crystal.
Yes.
yeah,
We'll take it as
a
I
group.
mean, you said they handed it to all of us. So I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'll
don't
just
know
put
how
it in
to-
my bag of holding.
As Kai's hands are removed from it, there's this last bit of like static across it, and Kai's head droops, and you hear like the like a sound like a computer rebooting, like the BIOS
Like-
is kicking in. Like
Like the windows, like
no, it's more of the like computer motherboard beep. It's like
Mhm.
beep
Mm,
beep, like you're getting some sort of like audio feedback from an error code, and then the fans kick up, or like it's,
suddenly there's the dial-up noise in this cave.
yeah, and then the screen
Hi.
flickers and Kai's face is there. This is there are slight cracks in the screen though.
Oh, you're back. Good. I was worried.
Yes, I am back.
Are you okay?
I appear to be operating normally. Did
That
oh
isn't
you
exactly
retrieved the
what I-
core?
Yes, we did. It was mostly Janus and Cally who kind of talked Simulacrum down.
Oh. Did I do something?
No.
Okay. Understood. Well, mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. And thank you for leading us here.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
And thank you for allowing yourself to be a vessel for this.
Ah, that is what happened. There are remnants in my memory. Yes.
Do you know the construct named Simulacrum?
I am aware of Simulacrum. Was created by some of the finest minds in the rebellion. as a way to protect our information incomings and goings. Puts any wrongdoers into a simulation to keep them occupied.
Yep, that's what happened to us.
Fascinating.
We were designated wrongdoers, but we came out okay.
I felt like I was in a horror movie.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, which one? And like Kai's
Do you
screen
know
goes to a
the-
list of horror movies in her library. Like,
Let's
None of the
see.
good
Do you know
ones.
the one with the very shaky camera and the very snotty woman?
oh, Blair Witch, the Blair
Yes,
Witch
that
Project.
one. Yes, but specifically at the very end.
Yes.
And
It
with a
does
lot
not.
more existential dread.
Simulacrum does not have the highest visual fidelity. No.
I mean, it was very realistic to me, but I also don't know. I don't think I've ever played a video game.
You keep. I feel like you would break the controllers.
I would not much.
Oh.
That-
Put Cary in front of some Mario Kart, they would absolutely destroy the controllers.
Oh yeah. That was brilliant, everyone. I don't know how you understood what it was that Simulacrum wanted, Callie, but I'm just glad that you did.
Is everybody doing okay? Um,
I think I
My
watched
vision-
Sif die.
oh Jesus.
Oh, God.
It was not fun.
I feel like that's a little bit worse than what I got.
Oh, what did you
Nice.
get?
The um the revelation that I think I'm capable of destroying anybody who gets in our way.
I mean, probably, but so am I. Do you like me any less?
No, I like you maybe a little bit more now that I kind of understand a little bit, I think, about where some of your protectiveness comes from.
Well, then I don't think it was a total waste. And I don't like you any less. I think that you're a very capable person, and I trust your judgment on things.
Thanks.
You're a good person, Janus.
Thanks, Cary. I think I needed to hear that.
All right, who's next?
You guys didn't even exist for
Oh,
me. There was no group chat. I didn't have your contact information. My mother made biscuits and toast and bacon. There was butter.
What?
and you didn't immediately realize you were in a simulation?
Oh, I the whole time I was skeptical from like the minute I woke up and smelled bacon. Never,
make
not
it
ever. It
How
was
is your worst self someone who has a good mother? I
it
think
was
this is
like a
unfair.
it,
You
it
were
was like a here's everything you want, and so it was like, my mom being a normal person who eats food, she
If you want
literally
bacon,
sat down and ate. It was wild.
that is wild.
And then like I was like with Cameron, which was weird.
So
And
is
you
that
guys didn't
something?
exist.
Is being with Cameron something that you would want?
I still don't know.
That's fair.
Oh, and if I have to fill you in at some point,
Oh.
right this minute, probably not the best time, but oh my gosh, I'll have to fill you in on some Cameron stuff. But
Follow-up question.
either way, you all didn't exist and it sucked.
Mhm.
I'm
Follow-up
guessing it
question?
sucked that we didn't exist.
Mhm. It's not about the fact that we did not exist.
Okay.
I've
that's
not
fine.
existed for quite some time. Anyways, did the bacon have butter on it, or were those two separate things?
It was two separate things. The
All
butter
right,
was like
that's good.
for the biscuits. There was biscuits and toast.
Why would
It's a lot of bread.
if you have biscuits and you have bacon, you put the bacon in the biscuit. That's how that works.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Clearly, your
You
mother
could
was
do
still
like
a
a triple
failure.
decker with a toast in the middle.
She had like an egg and like it was
Oh.
wild.
And she
It
wasn't
was
making
weird.
sandwiches?
No, she was
I
not
think she's
making
bad at
sandwiches.
eating food.
In every iteration.
Because
Yeah.
you're the expert now.
Yes, I am the expert. I've eaten so much food.
And you
I
work at a
mean-
cafe, so you know what people eat.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
You
okay.
have
I
the
see.
experience.
I
They
cook
do
for
have
people.
like a good range of what people consume.
Yes, and it's mostly sandwiches. Or things that people think aren't sandwiches, but are actually sandwiches. Pizza, that's a sandwich.
Most
Taco,
things
that's a
are a
sandwich.
sandwich. Yeah. I'm with
Ravioli,
you.
that's a sandwich. Hot dog, sandwich.
Cube
You're not
theory
wrong.
would disagree.
Well, cube theory is dumb, and I will consume it for power.
Cary really does serve things that are technically sandwiches all day long at the Pita Palace.
Everything is a sandwich.
Most things are sandwiches. It's fine.
God,
Cake
we've
is a
been-
sandwich.
Should
Is
we get
anybody
out of
else
here, though?
hungry?
I'm very hungry.
Hold
We should
on,
get out
Nif,
of here.
You did not share. Nif, what was yours?
Oh yeah, Nif.
You know, it was just capitalism, I guess. It was just, who I'm supposed to be. You know,
A wife?
no.
A friend? A
No, it was-
scientist?
No, I was
A
a
robotic
high-powered
offspring.
vice president something or other of a big company.
Hmm.
And that, just I just wanted to get out. That's all. It wasn't nice.
It doesn't seem very nice. I mean, most vice presidents don't have much power.
But I was going to meet with the CEO. It was very important. I had an assistant who kept trying to get me to sign paperwork.
Oh, that was definitely an evil contract. Don't trust that.
It was very familiar.
Hmm.
I thought we might just have to like fight something together. I didn't know it was gonna
Yeah.
be like weird psychological.
I had to fight the existential dread of my choices.
Too real.
Yeah.
Yeah, fight the existential dread of who I am. But I got to
Nif.
hug myself in the end. So,
Well, that's
And if you know that's not who you are, right? And I want to like really stress this because I know that what I had to face in my vision was truly awful. And I know that for Cary, like watching us all die and fall off cliffs had been to be truly awful. And same with Callie. So I know that, this is something that's very truly awful for you. And none of the things that happened to us in these visions were, I don't know, they were shadows of us and things that we don't want to face, but none of these things are real, and nor do they define us, right? That's not who you are.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's also just about making peace with who I am, because I am that. I wouldn't have shown me that if I wasn't that. And, I still have to come to terms with that being a part of me. And it's a part of me that I don't like very much, but it's also the part of me that I just use to buy us a shit ton of amazing camping equipment.
That we're going to donate.
Absolutely. I think Nif is really feeling that loneliness, that like ache is just kind of like.
Cary kind of comes over and bumps Nif's shoulder with theirs. You know what I admitted in my horrible nightmare version of reality where everyone was dying? That the reason I don't like you is because I don't actually dislike you. You are everything that is good about the world and humanity. And that kind of mirror held up to me makes me realize how flawed I am.
And I see how hard you fought from like coming here with nothing to make everything for yourself. And it makes me feel like I am the lesser. So I think we're really shitty mirrors for each other.
If there was anyone I wanted to be my mirror, it would be you.
Thank you. That I don't ever want to be a mirror that makes you feel bad about yourself, though.
You don't.
Because I'd love for you to see what I see instead. Strong and caring and passionate and learning and like teaching kids to kick ass.
Do you know what I see when I see you? I see someone who is so thoughtful, who doesn't give up on people even when they're mean and angry and unpleasant. I see someone who has a lot of guilt about where she comes from. And if anyone understands that, it's me. I was so angry because I felt like part of what you hid, it wasn't just the selfless anger of, oh, the system is corrupt. You didn't make the system. It's not your fault. I was just upset because it felt like it was me. I was part of a bad system and I tried to leave, and I am terrified that I will be nothing without it. And I realized that that was how you felt too, and I was scared before I was angry. And it's easier to be angry than scared.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so glad you're here.
But I'm also really wet, and it's cold in here.
All right,
and I
let's
am
go.
a delicate flower.
Let's go get dry, delicate flower.
I need a hug from all of you. Yukai, come in here. I need a hug.
Also, Callie, if you want a better parent, I will adopt you. I will make you bacon every day. It will be actual sandwiches and not weird, like, discordant parts.
Thanks. It's okay.
Yeah, you hug in this dank cave, and you head back towards.
Oh, this cave feels a little like our hideout.
It does.
Put a couch in here, man.
Both places have a little bit of a drainage problem. but yeah, you make your way back to base camp. Splendiferous is like kind of goes a awkward gawky salute. He's like, I kept down the base. Everything is safe. There were no bears.
Good job, Splendiferous.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Splendiferous.
You are welcome, Janus.
We really appreciate you being here.
Cary's gonna salute him back. Also, I don't know how it shows on camera, but I promise that was my right hand.
It showed up right.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But yeah, you
What
have
time is it? Is it like evening? Is it?
I'll say that it's, you probably have time to break down if you're willing to drive a little bit into the night. You can make it back to town if you want to just not be out here. But if you want to spend another night here with the fire, with no, at least right now, obligation is not calling to you, but it will soon, as y'all are coming up to the end of your term at school, and it is about to be the most hectic time of your schooling.
Great.
So it's about to be finals week.
Ooh.
Ugh.
This is your last little bit of free time before your life is consumed by libraries, projects. And
So are we going into Dead Week then?
Y'all
Like
are
the
going
week
in,
before finals?
y'all are going to go into Dead Week.
Okay.
Yikes.
I feel like
I don't
Janus
know
is
what
like,
that is because I don't think that's a very Canadian thing.
It's just the week before
Dead Week.
the week all your finals are.
Oh,
Yeah, we just call it Dead Week.
okay.
Yes, because no one
Mhm.
sleeps, everyone starts studying, and yeah.
If you mix instant coffee, sugar, and Jolt Cola, and make a sludge with that. I don't know, like probably not Jolt Cola anymore, but like energy drink. You mix the three of those
Oh,
into
that
a
sounds
sludge
terrible.
and just eat that.
Oh,
Oh no, no, no. You heard it here first.
The first time I went to university was in 2002. So I hope things have changed. We didn't really have much of the internet back then for learning stuff either. So
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, thank God for the internet.
well,
So you
with that,
didn't know it was bad for you.
with that wonderful image, we are going to call our session here. So thank you. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Can I pop off a text before we end?
100%.
Okay,
Go for it.
because I didn't know we were gonna. I just want to pop off a text to Cameron. Hey, super weird question, but the non-binary thing. ... How did you know? ? And I'll just leave it there for now.
Yeah. Cameron instantly starts typing, and that's where we're gonna end that. So yeah. So with that, let's go ahead and do our outros. Y'all know the order. Go for it.
Hi, my name is Chantel. My pronouns are they, them. I am devastated. I am also Nif. Pronouns she, her. And I play the harmony Concordia. I remembered the name this time. Pronouns they, them. Oh,
Hello.
and I don't do anything anywhere else. So I have nothing to advertise. Find me here. It's very lonely otherwise.
Oh. Hello, everybody. I have been L, as in true alphabetical order. E comes before D, except after G. And I have been playing Cary Milan Evander Lyall, aka Lykos. All aspects of them and myself use they, them pronouns. And you can find me here every Tuesday-ish. You can also find me over on Bardic Inspiration Network. And this coming up Monday, we are going to be playing in our Power Rangers game, Power Rangers Lightspeed Reignited. We just found out that the horrible demon that was trying to kill us is also our team leader's little big sister who died and is now a demon because his dad made a horrible demon deal. And also one of the other teammates has agreed to a date with her. And my character is still in love with their best friend. So if you want to check out that mess, come join us on Monday at I believe it is 9:30 Eastern. Woo!
Hey, Dozens here, but you might know me better as Janus Quinn, girl scientist and time traveler, who herself is sometimes known as Cronos. And I don't do anything anywhere else either.
Join us in the void.
All right, Jaden.
Oh, sorry. I don't know where my head was. Hi, everyone. I'm Soliloquy or Jaden. I'll answer to either. You can find me everywhere online as FatSapphicBro. I use they, them pronouns. I've been Calliope, Cary, Rodrigues, and Verdade. I mostly hang out on TikTok. I make a variety of content. Feel free to follow me. I also started streaming Animal Crossing New Horizons here on Twitch and then uploaded onto YouTube. So if you want to follow me here and there, you can. Same username, FatSapphicBro. As for TTRPG actual play streaming, I'm here on Twitch most Sundays, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., most Mondays, 6 to 9 p.m., most Tuesdays, 6 to 9 p.m., all Pacific time, but not the last 7 days of each month, and all the details are in the announcements. Thank you so much.
And I'm archangelic. You can find me here at all the time Soliloquy said, because we play in all those games together. You can also find many links for me on my website, archangelic.space. I am doing professional GMing on startplaying.games if you're interested in having me GM for you. And I do run Girl by Moonlight on there, just FYI. So you can book me at startplaying.games/GM/archangelic. If you've missed any of our games, you can check them out on YouTube. Link is in our link tree and it's in the channel description. We have a podcast version of this game. You can search up An Empty Dream or Lantern Light Adventures wherever you find podcasts. We are going to be going into our Patreon supported after show. So you can find those at patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. The after show will always be free, but your support would mean the world to us. Thank you to our wonderful players for being here and bearing your hearts. Thank you to our audience for joining us. And lastly, thank you to our producer, Polygeist, for helping us stream this show. We appreciate you and we couldn't do it without you. And with that, as always, we love you and we hope to see you next time. Go coconuts.
Go coconuts.
Go coconuts.
I'm mute.